As someone who is deeply obsessed with dystopian aesthetics, Stray is one of those games that I just love to play over and over again. It's like a film that keeps getting you thrilled despite having seen it multiple times. This game, released on Steam in 2022, is still ringing bells in 2024, even now that people, like myself, are clamoring for a sequel. More than 2 million copies of it have been sold, and recently, when I went back to check it out on Steam, it has more than 120,000 overwhelmingly positive reviews. To be honest, I am yet to find a person, either in real life or online, who dislikes this game. Doesn't matter if you're into RPGs, city builders, flight simulations, or something as horrifyingly realistic as Ready or Not, Stray will always have a place in your heart. It's one of those story-driven single-player games that are worth several hours of your weekend. When Stray first came out about a couple of years ago, everybody went nuts. BlueTwelve Studio released it first for PlayStation and Windows before releasing it on Xbox just last year. The Mac OS release took place just a few months ago in December. The number of players is growing still, and the anticipation for a sequel has become all too real. We can now see fan-made concept trailers such as this one, which only further adds up to the excitement. Although BlueTwelve Studio, the creator of Stray, has made no official statement, fans are quick to speculate that perhaps something like a Stray 2 is in the works, considering that they are expanding and were hiring new people just recently. Stray is a game that will stay with you even after the credits roll. In a post-apocalyptic environment, which, by the way, looks a lot like Seoul or Tokyo, and with all the terrifying alien things, those colorful neon lights, and the telltale signs of where humanity left off in terms of civilization, you play not as a robot nor a humanoid machine, but a cat. An adorable little cat who can't even talk. Well, except if you press a dedicated button for it to meow. The story begins on the outside, with a cat spending time with family in a place that seems warm and peaceful. At this phase, you are immersed in a comfortable habitat, where you're supposed to feel nothing more than just peace and serenity with nature and with those you love. But fate has it that, by chance, you fell into a city where you find yourself lost and afraid. And now you have to find your way out, and the only way out is to go through it. Along the way, you have to survive multiple struggles, perform a series of quests and side quests, run away from those creepy little alien critters called Zurks, and piece together puzzles that are quite difficult to figure out the first time you play through it. Sometimes the puzzles are straightforward, sometimes they require some level of attention to detail and critical thinking. Thankfully, you have your trusty companion with you, a tiny robot called B12, who not only helps you in picking up items and storing information, but also kills Zurks. The obstacles too are quite linear, thus easy to figure out. You jump from one platform to another, you may swing, you may push levers down. Spoiler alert to those who haven't played this yet, you may get out of a cage and get inside tight squeezes. The deeper you go into the city, the more you long to go back home. Everything just looks so terrifying. The shadows, the abandoned alleyways, the artifacts that are pieces of a previously existing human activity. What happened to all the people? Where did they go? And why are the stars arranged in circles? After surviving the dank sewers and back alleys, you will find relief when you come across sprawling oases of handed-down communities where robots now live. These areas feel safer, and it is here that you can do a lot of things, even those that are totally irrelevant to the story. You can go around these communities, explore totally unrelated things, and do what curious cats do. You can even take a nap or just enjoy the delightfully made graphics this game has to offer. Most of the robots you'll find are gentle. However, some of them have attitudes that are akin to many real-life human beings. What struck me most are the buskers who can play songs out of music sheets that you give him. Also, the screens on their faces are quite fun to look at, especially when they give off expressions. You will find that most robots have accepted their fate and the fate of their city, but there are those who believe that there is hope for everything, and these robots are your keys to getting back home. More than trying to save yourself by surviving, this game also puts you in situations where you have to help others in their own journeys as well. In my opinion, that is a key life lesson from Stray. The way Stray is created is beautiful, to say the least. The game world is intricately crafted to the point that I can almost say this looks way better than, not all, but many AAA titles we have today. Everything is just eye candy, and the best part is, it doesn't take too much of your resources. After a wild series of adventures and misadventures through the city, you will suddenly find yourself in an eerily clean environment with a good view over the entire city. This is where everything is revealed to you, and this is where everything starts to make sense. Right after that, your cat finally goes outside, but whether or not he gets home is a hanging question. Will that be a starting plot for Stray 2? Only time will tell. This has been Marty, and I'll see you tomorrow.